Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Final Show Films. I'm Sen, your executive producer. I want to thank you all for tuning in. I particularly want to thank our $25 tier supporters over on our Patreon page at patreon.com/fsfilms. Those being Jeremy Alexander, Samantha Bates, and L, without whom we would do at least many of the things that we do now. So thank you very much for your support over the years. And those of you that are watching live, please sit back, relax, and enjoy. And we're live.
Hello, everybody. Uh, Welcome back to Coyote and Crow, Tales from the Mizizibi. I am William or Shawnee, and I am your story guide for this Coyote and Crow saga. Uh, and joining me today, we have Julia.
Hi, I'm Julia, and I'm playing Julia, the Path of the Coyote Tinker.
And Jeremy.
Hi, I'm Jeremy. I am playing Nadi, Path of the Falcon Seeker.
And Mara.
Hi, I'm Mara. I'm playing Tawasikik, Path of the Salmon Seeker.
And Sen.
I'm Sen. I'm playing Zin, the Path of the Wolf Warrior.
And Holly.
I'm Holly. I'm playing Tala, Path of the Falcon Whisper.
And as always, Black Lives Matter, trans rights are human rights, uplift and understand Native voices.
Fuck Vince McMahon.
Yep. And this stream is powered by Sirenscape. And as a reminder, Coyote and Crow is a game created by Native voices for everyone, but also especially for Native voices. And while many of the players in this game have Native heritage, none of us were raised in Native culture. So we should not be seen as any kind of authorities on this game and how it should be run. And I do not expect that this game will look anything like a Coyote and Crow game being run by any kind of Native voices. So, when last we left off, the Coriso that had just finished their last mission and their first mission was trying to spend some time getting a little bit of information, sorting their heads out about what might be going on with the council and their unique registering of the results of the last mission.
Is Austin having a really loud conversation in the background?
He's playing a 40K game.
Ah. We just keep hearing it bleeding in.
Yeah, it's all good. And in some of that spending of time, the Tawasikik happens to run across an individual of interest by the name of Akwani Nosia Gasatsitsi. And having had a good night interacting with this individual and making a friend of them, and potentially something more interesting than that, depending on both of their feelings about the matter, had been told that Akwani is a fixer who tends to be able to get people work when they want it. And the next day, as everyone was meeting to discuss potential things and operations and reactions to what was going on, Kawasikik brought up that Akwani might be able to provide a bit of work on the side while the group is waiting for their next assignment. Taking them up on the offer, the group met with Akwani and was told that Akwani is requesting that the group prevent two distinct groups within the mercenary group known as the Kanikahag, or the Eels, from killing each other over some secret being held by two families in the city, two like middle of the rung families in associate that are like tangentially associated to some of the families that have members on the council. The Manah family and the Nisot family are both going at each other privately and quietly over some kind of secret that the Manah family, or the Nisot family, I believe I established, is hiding. And have both individually hired two different groups of eels, one to gather the item and one to protect the item, which will inevitably result in those two groups clashing and probably coming to fatal blows. Which Akwani would rather you prevent them from doing, because the eels do a lot for the local community when the council is not willing to pay enough attention when there are problems around. And the assistance these two particular cells have provided makes them more well liked in particular than most. And Akwani would like to see it done that these two groups do not kill each other, so that the city does not lose two valuable resources and assistances. And I believe we had left off at the tail end of that conversation. I can't remember exactly what the moment was.
I think we were planning on. Well, I think they were about to tell us wait. They were about to tell us something, I think. I don't remember what it was, though.
Does anyone else recall?
We had been silently arguing over Raven's call. Telecommunication about whether to take this. And once you all finally decided on yes, we were going to, I think, get the location.
Yeah, that's it. We had just finally agreed that we were gonna look into it, and then that's where we ended, I think.
I think we were planning on looking into it like that night.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That tracks.
Because I think the overall conclusion was like we should find out what it is first of all, and then if depending on what it is, we would then decide from there what we should do about it.
Yep.
So yeah, I believe we pick up at the tail end of that conversation with the two groups, with the group of you and Akwani parting ways as the deal has been struck, and you have agreed to try and investigate this situation and try and prevent the Kanikahag from getting each other killed over it. So what's first on the menu?
So how are we gonna do this?
Well, if we go and try and sneak in and take a look and see exactly what it is the Nisat family is hiding.
For spelling reference, let me.
Shawnee, is there a roll that I could that
the two families?
Is there a roll that we could make to determine whether or not we could just go up and ask about it because we're Suyata? Like, are we entitled to be able to go? Hey, we know that there is a thing that seems to be some subject of some soon-to-be violence. We'd like to know. We'd like to have a look at that, please. Like, is that a thing that we could do?
Roll me either knowledge or skullduggery.
Sorry, roll what?
Either knowledge or skullduggery, whichever is better.
I will roll knowledge.
My knowledge
Standard diff 8.
My knowledge is one better.
3.
1.
So Zin,
I'll spend.
Technically-
I'm going to spend two. I'm going to spend 2 mine to make that a 12, and then roll another one.
Okay.
Okay, so
Okay,
two
so two.
successes.
So both Zin and Nadi come to the realization that technically, yes, you do have the authority to do that based on that information. However, this family has hired a group of eels to keep this artifact secret. If they find out that Akaliso Suyada knows about it, they're gonna panic, and there's gonna be a problem. They're already circumventing the law to keep this thing secret.
I have I don't know, maybe it's a horrible idea, but what if before we start breaking into council members' homes, we go and check with one of the other council members and we'll see what they might know about the situation.
Oh.
I don't know who would necessarily would be appropriate.
Council,
But-
related council family, not actually a council member. Either.
Well, yes.
And are we being completely blunt, or are we just
Okay.
having conversation with them and trying to see what they reveal?
Actually, that's not a bad. That's not a bad approach.
I
If
like how you
we-
sound surprised.
If we were to go to the council or our council liaison, or get an audience with someone on the council specifically, and say, "Hey, it's come to our attention that there's some illegal activity happening with these particular families, and it's going to result in violence. Could you get us some information? This seems like something that might be relevant to your duties as a council. That might be a way to diffuse the situation before it gets out of hand."
That's kind of what I was thinking, yeah.
Oh, I think it's a good idea. I just wasn't sure how we were going to approach it.
I think, like, we don't name our source, but
Right.
we have heard this. We have been given this information. It seems like something that we should deal with. Can you help? Can you tell us anything more about it, or should we handle this on our own?
Mm-hmm. It would also give us some insight into what the council might think about this sort of thing.
Yeah, because if they tell us to leave it alone, then we know that they are directly involved with whatever it is.
There is an attempted, suppressed, but still audible sigh from Nadia at the notion.
Either way,
Waya will just pat you on the shoulder twice.
we learn more information, and that's what we're after.
Mhm.
This is all over our mental communication, I'm assuming.
Yes, I think we have it established. I'm pretty
Yes.
sure we.
Currently.
Yes.
I'm pretty sure we did going
Yeah.
into the meeting.
We did.
Yeah.
Are we still there? I forgot. I missed if we moved away or not.
At this point, the two of you, like
believe the
your
meeting
group
was
and
over, yeah.
Akwani have sort of parted ways.
Okay.
Yeah. So Kwani's not here.
So, if we wanted to talk to the council, what would we do?
Strictly speaking, you would speak with your liaison, the one who gets you your missions when the council has them assigned to you, and say, "Hey, we would like to have a meeting with X council member or so on," and see how that goes from there.
So, who wants to make the call?
Well, who
I
do
have
we
a
want to talk to is the bigger question.
I have a different question, which is my family has been here, lives here, and is mildly connected to things. Would I have, because people come and, like, my grandmother is slightly famous, and do I have any connections from that? That might be less official than going and saying, "Hi, I know we just got in trouble, but we've heard something and it's kind of
Right.
suspicious."
Right.
Because this sounds like a bad idea to Towsik.
To be clear, we didn't get in trouble. They just didn't appreciate that we didn't go above
They
and
didn't
beyond.
approve of
No,
it.
we got in trouble.
We got in trouble.
Yeah.
We
We
got,
got
the,
in trouble.
We got the. You
They
didn't do
frowned
100
upon
You
us.
didn't do 110%.
We got
reaction.
in trouble. It's just that the punishment is hanging over our heads. We haven't hit that stage of the trouble.
Yeah.
We got I'm not mad, I'm just disappointed in you.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, that's what we
Yes,
got.
that's the one.
I've got a gift level 2 in family. Don't know if that would help with this.
Same.
You can roll me. You can roll me either knowledge or skullduggery again, but you're gonna be the difficulty will be 6 with invoking your gift.
Okay. I'm gonna try skullduggery because I feel they're the same and it feels more appropriate. There we go. 6. No. No.
This is
Let's
probably not your family's scene. They're a little too honest and upfront for this kind of
Yeah.
underhanded tactics.
Okay.
That you know of.
At least as far as you know.
That's fair.
They're all corrupt, burn it to the ground. Oh, sorry. Internal thoughts.
Okay.
That said, would I have any connections there?
Make that. I mean, do you have a gift that would help with that?
I have notoriety 3.
Ooh.
You're well known, but I don't think your scene is like political. You're
Okay.
a
Yeah,
famous actor.
That's fair.
Yeah. So, who wants to make the call?
Well, that's who do we want to contact is going to be
right.
the bigger question, because we don't want to contact the person who's going to say the council will handle this.
Shawnee, do we know who's on the council?
Putting together your list of names now.
And then
They
of
were
that,
a step ahead of us.
yeah. And then of that list, whose is it that's distant relation is involved in this?
I don't know if we want to go with the person who's
No. Not. We want to go with not them.
yes.
We want to go with somebody
Yes.
who is not directly related to the events.
Yeah.
That's why I want to know who it is, who they are, so that we know who not to ask for.
It feels like meddling in politics.
I mean,
It is.
I could get on.
it is. It's also our job to protect the people of the city, and if those two groups go to fight, then the people of the city will be in danger.
Yeah, but again, we could just sneak in.
Yes. And we may end up doing that. That's why we're not telling the people who are directly related to the people involved.
I'm with Seagate here.
I mean, if we can do this in a way that doesn't involve sneaking into council members' homes, that might be best.
What?
Teller just stares at Naughty for a minute.
I'm pretty sure.
Why am I on Naughty's side here?
Thank you.
You're not welcome.
I expected more from you.
Also,
Was that directed to Tala?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
also, not everybody is particularly skilled at stealth, as we experienced previously. So, keeping the stealth option for if we have no other options is probably the best tactic, so that we don't want to play to our weaknesses. We want to play to our strengths.
Yeah, but the stealth is just to find out like some more information. We don't need the whole.
No, we don't need everybody to go in for that.
They so to do that.
So you now have in your player handouts your list of council members. You don't have a whole lot of details about individual members and what they do because you just haven't really learned that yet.
Yep.
But you have names.
Do we know which ones are related to this event?
You do know that the one council member whose clan is related to the Monoff family is going to be Maka. And the one who is related to and you guys have editing permission to put notes into this about the council members as needed. So Maka is related to the Monoff family, and council member Wakuni is related to the Nissan family.
Wakuni, you said?
Yeah, Wakuni is related to the Nisat, and Maka is related to the Mono.
Okay. And we don't know. Do we know anything at all about the others?
You know that Councilwoman Scene is the woman who met you to give you the information about your meeting. The initial elderly woman who had given you your first mission at Station 54,
right,
was Scene.
So not her.
Well,
because of all the people that are disappointed, most likely.
do we know? I mean, I don't know.
I mean,
If she gave us the first mission and we didn't, like, it didn't sound like she knew.
actually, that's fair.
Maybe not.
That's fair. She didn't tell us anything additional, so maybe she wanted us to find out things.
Oh no, I'm sorry. That is actually a name they give us. So I'm going to really quickly edit that.
Oh.
That is actually a name that was given that's the only council member who's actually named in this book. So I'm going to really quickly edit that as her name is Arania.
Okay. We could also ask our handler what their opinion of, because they're most likely to have a better understanding of the council workings.
That might be a better idea.
Sounds fine.
I'm asking who wants to make the call. Off character, I'm asking who wants to make the call because I've only got 5 dice in charm.
No, Tala will volunteer. I have more.
Yeah, there you go. That's exactly it. Let's play to our strengths.
I have 5 charisma. I will do this. 2. I'm not surprised.
Listen, I am an investigator. I am great at interrogation and coercion.
Excellent. Good to know.
I'm good
Subtle charm conversation is not something I feel like they teach in Suyata Academy.
I'm good at moving quietly and hitting things real hard and delegating, apparently.
I'm good at charm and lying.
Boy.
Okay. Are we calling the handler then? Is that what we're agreed on?
Like, call Chipaw, let them know, hey, we've got some information of illegal activity happening in the city that we should investigate in, but it's potentially related to family of 2 members of the council. Who would you think we should talk to on the council other than them about the situation to get more information? That's my thinking.
Okay. Okay, so just to be clear, just because I want to be clear on what I'm saying when I call. Okay. Calling, obviously not using any names.
Yeah.
Just saying we have information about 2 groups, and they may be related to the council, and this could be potentially dangerous. Dangerous
we
or
would
potential
have-
conflict?
Potential conflict.
So-
Potential conflict, okay.
Over some interpersonal issues surrounding
Uh,
an item.
Yeah, we would at the very least need to name, relatives of Counselor Maka and relatives of Counselor Okuni, so that we
Yeah.
don't
Okay.
end up getting directed to either of those two.
Hold on.
Don't-
I out of character, I need to type these names
Yeah.
down. What are the names?
There's a council member's handout.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
And it's noted. So yeah.
okay.
I don't think we should tell them about that the eels are involved.
No. Yeah. I think just there's a we've received information about a conflict brewing between relatives of those two council members. In order to get more information, we would like to speak to someone on the council other than them. Who do you think we should talk to?
What if they ask for more information?
They're our handlers, so I'm comfortable giving them some more information because we have to trust our handler to a certain degree.
Right.
But if that's enough information for them to make a decision based off of, then that's ideal, because we don't want to put them in an awkward situation of knowing too much.
All right. And give them more information if they ask it?
Yeah.
Okay.
And your handler is not a Suyata. They are basically an attendant of the council that helps organize with the Suyata.
What is our handler's name?
Chipa.
Chupa. It's
Chupa.
in the council member.
Yep.
Handout for spelling. At the very bottom.
Okay. Also, apologies if I butcher any names. I promise I'm trying. Yeah, if everybody's good, she'll go ahead and give them a call.
Yep.
Ring on your Nisa, and the connection flashes on the HUD. Is this Chipa?
Hey, this is Tala. I wanted to ask you some stuff. Our group has been made aware of a conflict that's beginning to brew between two groups, and they are the relatives of some of the council members.
Which council members?
Sorry, I have several things opened up. Maka and Wakuni.
Yeah.
That is perhaps unsurprising. Their relative clans have always been going a bit head to head for a while now. Was there anything you were reaching out to me to ask for?
Yes, we're wondering if you knew who on the council would be best for us to contact and talk to about this.
Councilwoman Arania is usually instrumental in mediating between Wakuni and Maka. She might be an ideal point of contact for trying to resolve any problems between the two.
Okay.
And then could you set up a meeting?
Is it possible for you to set up a meeting?
I will make contact with the councilwoman and see if she's available and when she will next be available to have a meeting.
Thank you. I really appreciate that.
Give me an hour or two.
Absolutely.
All right.
It's still like
I
the middle.
will
It's still like the middle of the
contact
day,
you once I
isn't
have
it?
more information.
It's noon. Yeah,
Yeah.
we met
Yeah.
at noon.
All right. She'll look at the rest of them.
Let it go.
They'll get back to us within an hour or so.
Did they
Try
say-
to set up a meeting.
They did say, give me an hour or two.
Yeah, I said an
Not
hour or
within
so.
an hour or so. That's
That
give me
is
an hour
okay.
or two.
No, that is what she took from that.
Did they say who?
Arena.
Okay.
They apparently is the go-between between those groups.
If we're gonna
Me-
talk to anybody, that's
The
a
word was
great
mediator,
person to
which
talk to.
does mean
Mediator.
different things.
Sorry, it means different things. The mediator between those groups.
Yeah, no, that's ideal then.
Yeah.
All right. Well then. How do you restore mind? By the way, is it just resting?
Resting,
Yeah.
meditating, that kind of thing. Taking a short rest.
In that case, let's find something to occupy ourselves for a bit until we get the call.
Like what?
Like meditation. I'm gonna go find a place to meditate.
Ugh.
I'm traditionally not very good at that.
Neither am I,
I
which is why it's
tried.
good to practice. So I at
It's
least am
been-
gonna go take a short rest.
I've been meditating, dozing, meditating 3 hours.
I'm gonna go get a drink somewhere. Anyone who wants to is welcome to join me.
Okay.
Uh,
Yes.
You
she
said it.
realizes what she said and she looks at Naughty.
Listen, in
Oh,
my
yeah.
Jeremy's mind, the first thing that came into my mind was too late, Holly. And then I said, okay.
Yeah. No, it was really more directed.
That's
towards,
right.
Well, Waya and Tosi.
We were gonna go do a hangout and get to know each other, weren't we?
We're gonna
Yeah.
bond.
So let's go
My
get some
stupid idea.
drugs and calm down and hang out for a bit.
Yeah, because we don't because alcohol isn't a thing. Instead, we go smoke a bowl.
Oh, that's right. Okay.
And there's teas and other
Yeah.
drinks. But yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean,
No.
drink can mean anything, but yeah.
I mean, you can get into a really good meditative state depending on what you're smoking. So
Yes, that is true.
let's go.
Um,
Let's go have Kaliso bonding like social hour.
Actually, one thing that I did remember from last session was that prior to this, I believe there was a scene that was meant to happen between Tala and Woya that was not able to be done because.
Oh,
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, I meant to ask you
Oh,
about that.
that's right.
Rewind.
Well, we will go to the Kaliso bonding time, but as they are making their way there, flashback to scene that happened earlier.
I need 5 minutes of Jeremy just backwards reacting, like reenacting the entire series.
No, you don't want that. You don't want that.
I do.
Halfway through, he just turns into a demon and spins inside out.
I don't remember where you exactly had said the two of you would be meeting outside.
We went, if I'm remembering correctly, I believe we wanted to visit her family first.
Yep. She
And
wanted
then
to
we were
see the
going to
family,
a
and then
party
we were
after that.
yeah.
All right, so
Well, yeah,
Flashing back to
bringing
that.
girls home to meet her family.
I
She's
feel
only
like
been doing
Tala-
this. She was like 5.
I feel like Tala's already met her family before, based on our history. Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, the two of you arrive at Woya's family home.
You
Just
good?
stand there awkwardly.
No, Tala will stand or look at where you good?
Yes, but still Yes.
I understand.
It's fine. It's fine.
It's not fine. And if you need to let it out, go ahead.
I just don't appreciate. Like I know they weren't going to tell us everything.
Yeah.
We're not supposed to know everything, but like, I don't like being used like we were.
No.
I I understand we had a job and we were doing this, but like, we were going to be doing this anyway. But using us to check up on their dirty work.
No, that's the way you feel is completely fair. I agree. The problem is we can't do a lot about it right now.
I know. I know.
It's something that we need to note for future missions
Sure.
and future
And-
interactions with them.
And we definitely need to start looking at everything they say with a critical eye.
Mhm.
Okay. And she's just gonna clap once and put on a big smile and walk into the front door.
Follow behind her.
And she will announce her and Tala being home. Hey, I'm back, and I brought Tala with me.
Hello.
Do you have names for your parents and grandmother?
I did not.
Cool.
Subtitles.
Would you like to have names?
Sure. Yes.
So we'll give your mother the name Payi, Payyi. Uh, and your father will have the name Wako, which is Wakoo.
Okay.
And we'll just give your grandmother the name Niyana, Niyana. Just to have a nice comparison to the name Nazina.
There. Who is home?
Yeah. So your father sort of looks up from tinkering with his printer with I forget what the name of 3D printers is.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks up from tinkering with his gat as he as you enter. Ah, well, yeah. Welcome back.
Hey, Dad, what are you working on?
Oh, one of the neighbors was looking for replacement parts for the DASO connection. Some of the machinery broke down, and their home's been losing its connection a bit. So,
Well, I mean, anything we can do.
just trying to help out where I can.
Mom or Nazina home?
Nazina, I believe, is in her room taking a dive session. And your mother, I believe, should be out back in the garden gathering ingredients for dinner.
Okay. She is going to pop out back since she is not going to bother her sister, since she's involved in all that. Um, but yeah, she'll bring Tala along outside.
You step
Mom.
back and you can see that your mother is sort of like has a basket under one arm and is currently kneeling down to grab whatever vegetables are needed to make tonight.
Hey, Mom.
Oh, darling, welcome back.
Uh, been a minute. Everything went well. No casualties, no. There was some injuries, but everyone is accounted for and no loss of limbs.
I had absolute confidence in you. What brings you back home?
Just missed being here while I was away.
Fair enough. Well, if you're staying for dinner, I'm planning on making a stew that should be very good.
She will look to Talo.
She just gives you a look like, whatever.
We can do dinner.
Well, if you're going to stay, give me a hand and help me grab some of these. She says.
Oh,
she
by all
grabs
means.
Mm.
She will get down and start helping.
Tala will also.
You finish gathering up a handful of different vegetables and fruits for whatever stew your mother is making, and after she's got the basket filled, she picks it up, starts to head back inside. So good to see you. Good to see you again as well, Tala.
Oh, thank you. Good to see you as well.
So I understand the mission went well. Then, how was your first experience heading out for the council? Not great, huh?
Tala just looks at Waya like, I don't know how you want me to respond, but
She is very very fervently and very distractedly just staring at whatever vegetable she has that she's getting ready to cut up.
Not great, huh?
it had its difficulties. We're trying not to think about it right now.
I can tell. You're not very good at hiding how you're feeling, will you?
Not around you people.
Well, to be fair, you did grow up with us.
Yeah.
What's on your mind?
I don't know how much we're allowed to say.
That's fair.
But what I can say is I don't like what we learned while we were out, and I feel a little betrayed and a little used.
I understand that doesn't feel good. But there are only two things that you can do with information that you don't like. You can forget it and ignore that it ever happened, or you can use it to try and make things better for you. Because otherwise, it's just going to fester and get worse.
Yeah. You're not wrong. There's nothing we can do about it tonight.
Fair enough. A good meal is good for that kind of soul injury, as it were. So let's have something nice. Quite literally, the cooking skill can be used to help restore soul points.
Yep, that's why I took the specialty that I took.
Your mother preps a nice meal for the family. Bowls of stew, a mix of vegetables, some complementary meats, and just a handful of fruit to sort of help bring out flavor. It's a delicious stew, all things considered. Over the course of the meal, your sister sort of steps out to help hand bowls out and sits down to partake in the meal. Your father seems to eat while working. He's always just like fiddling with the configuration on the got while he's eating. Like with one like he'll like take a bit of stew, put it in his mouth, work for a bit while swallowing, and then grab another bite.
Mm. It's in another one of his fixations, isn't he?
Well,
Uh,
when he finds a new challenge, he always likes to focus on it.
and she'll turn to Nazina. Welcome back to the world of the living. How was your dive?
All things considered, wasn't a whole lot of new information. But you know, people are chatting every now and then. I listen to rumors, news, share some art and other information that's been going around.
Anything juicy?
Not yet. Although, if things keep going, maybe later.
Keep me updated, I guess.
I'll let you know if anything fun comes up.
Speaking of fun, what level of messed up do you want to get? She says, turning to Tala.
I was going to ask you that. I
About what
recommend.
time is this?
It's getting like sun's going down. This is the evening before all of the meeting, so
I mean, we had a successful mission. We went through some stuff. I recommend heavy drugs.
Yeah, that's fair. I think I know a place.
I definitely know a place if you don't.
That's fair, and I always have a much better time at your places, so let's go to one of yours.
All right.
So
And
the pair of you finish up dinner and bid goodbye to your family and head out. Where are you headed?
I feel like Tala has a lot of connections for good parties.
Yeah, this is much more your speed, so you can go ahead and roll skullduggery and then reduce the difficulty by your fame rating.
Why did I not put ranks in this?
Because there are so many skills and so little time.
I know. Okay, I can reduce the success number, you said?
Yeah, whatever the rating of your fame gift is, go ahead
3,
and reduce
yeah.
the difficulty by that much.
Okay.
So from 8 to whatever.
Yeah, to 5 at that point. Then.
Nice.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
So with 5 successes, there's definitely party scenes that you are well aware of. There's a linkage of like 5 mounds that are all adjacent to each other that have all been connected underground, without like sort of just like in a loop, that have all been turned into basically one large underground party scene for the literally underground party scene.
Hell yeah.
For anyone who feels like coming down.
Awesome. Yeah, she'll definitely take way there.
Yep. So you make your way over there. I am not familiar with any of the herbal drugs that would be in use. Congratulations. But you can absolutely get blazed out of your mind.
Fantastic.
Is there anything that you needed to talk about when you are by yourselves away from your family and also high?
Everything.
I mean,
All
yes,
the things.
all the things.
I mean, like Tala's good unless you've got something.
I don't. I really don't.
She just wants to stick close by you and make sure you're doing okay.
Oh hell yeah, yeah. No,
You
when
did
you
the-
when you do drugs together, you stay with your buddy.
Oh,
Your
yeah.
buddy's your safe person.
I meant like leading up to that, but yes, when
Oh,
drugs
okay.
are involved, absolutely, we use the buddy system.
The music is loud and pounding, the drugs are equally effective, and you all have a grand night. You might wake up slightly disoriented in the morning with not a full memory of what happened last night. Who knows?
That's just a normal night.
But cutting forward from that flashback to where is the whole group of you going to do your bonding exercises?
Talo was literally just going somewhere to get like something to drink and eat. Wasn't
Yes.
expecting it to turn into a whole thing.
So I guess we're all going to get something to eat and drink.
Hell yeah.
This is your own damn fault.
I know.
It's your idea, and then you made the suggestion.
I know. It was lunchtime. She's going to get food while they wait.
Is this presented as a bonding? I don't remember bonding activities being mentioned in my presence.
We
No.
mentioned spending time together as a group to get to know each other better.
Because we're fairly
I have to go.
antisocial with each other.
Yeah, do I have to go to this?
Zen's
Yes.
the one that's calling it
Do
bonding.
you not want to?
Oh.
What'd you just say, Jeremy? Or
So do
whatnot?
you not want to?
In the most
The most
pathetic
adorable voice.
That was so
We don't
cute.
I'm the worst.
No, I'll go. It's fine.
So where we end up going, the storyteller?
So that depends. Are you looking for like upscale dining or something more like down home kind of thing?
I mean, Talo is just looking for something casual with good food.
Well, in either case, you're probably heading to Nabanama. Because that is where you will find most of the good food in the city. There's everything from like big like hot cuisine, upscale dining restaurants to just like literal food stalls that have no seating where you just grab a bite and keep walking or something. So it is entirely up to you what scale of food you're looking for. You're looking for like a sit down restaurant. You're just looking to grab something at a food truck.
Someplace to
Food
sit.
truck.
A food truck with
Sit
seating.
down. Somewhere we can sit would be nice.
All right, fine.
I feel like Mara's like, what situation can I run away from most conveniently?
Meanwhile, Zen
Listen.
hoverboarding along behind everybody.
If we're talking or if we're talking as we're walking and there's a bunch of crowds around, I can pretend to ignore a question. That's all I'm saying.
That's why we're gonna sit down.
I think Weya is going to flip out her her sled as well and try to copy Zen.
You have a long stick-like object to use as a paddle.
Yeah, because what he's doing is like he's using the butt of his spear to propel himself when he's not going downhill.
No, so we'll figure that one out later.
You can theoretically use
Just-
your foot. It's just that he doesn't want to.
Eh.
I mean, a regular Yutsu sled is a little wide to try and use your foot.
Yeah, mine's narrow though. Because they come in all variety of shapes and sizes.
Listen, I am trying not to use innuendos with all of the descriptions of the board that you are throwing out, and it is becoming increasingly more difficult.
It's long, narrow,
It's-
and energetic.
It's fun watching the aneurysm form, Jeremy.
It's all stuck in the back of my head. I
And
just
he's
try
got-
to keep them from
There.
escaping.
And he's got a lot of experience using it, so, you know.
I feel like it's less fun when you do it on purpose.
Yeah. Maybe not for Sen.
No.
I assume they're always on purpose.
Yeah, generally, yes. I assume that with Sen, it's always on purpose.
Anyways,
We'll say that you stop at a food truck and grab some food, and then there's also like a seating area nearby for people for like near several different food trucks, so that you can just grab food from whatever's nearby and then go sit down somewhere.
Well, sure, if you're going to split the difference.
an
on
open air
us.
cafeteria.
Pretty much.
The food court.
Yeah. Food courtyard.
Cool.
Exactly.
So you all grab something to eat
Yep,
and
sit down. And I'm just looking around expectantly for someone else to
Look,
start.
I look over at Tala. So how do you start this getting to know you bit?
I don't know.
There's a charismatic
I
one in the
didn't
party. You should know how
really
to get to
see-
know people.
I didn't really expect it to be so formal. I just meant in general, we should spend some time with each other.
We can do like icebreakers.
I don't know what those are.
I've just heard of them.
Oh.
Inane
know, and-
questions about just like hobbies or what your favorite color is.
I don't have any hobbies.
That
That
does
doesn't
not surprise me.
In stereo.
In the same tone of voice.
Yes.
I couldn't have scripted that better.
Oh,
No.
that was
That's
perfect.
really perfect.
It was perfectly in sync on my end too. That was great.
Yeah, same here.
Yep.
It's impressive considering the internet.
No. The internet, the whole internet combined to make
Yes,
that
that
work in
happened.
stereo.
Yes.
It had to happen.
Nothing?
And Woya will also bust out laughing in game.
I mean, no, not really.
You do absolutely
when we're
nothing in your
not-
free time.
Yeah, when we're not in training, you just sort of sit and stare at a wall, just blankly.
No, of course not. Study up, read.
So your hobby is studying.
I mean, reading's a hobby.
Yeah, but Zen is right. It's more studying than anything else.
Hmm.
But yeah, I suppose that counts.
What exactly do you study?
Investigative techniques, our guidelines of what we're supposed to be doing and not supposed to be doing. That sort of thing.
Nadi, have you thought about, I don't know, discovering yourself outside of being a Suyata?
I don't know what you mean.
Well, take my dad, for instance. My dad, my whole family, we're all crafters. We all build. My dad can't separate work and life. So my dad is very present without being there. I don't want that for you.
I don't have kids, so that's not a problem.
You
That's not
missed
what,
the whole
not
thing.
what she meant.
You need to find something. You need to find more identity.
Why?
You know what? That's a fair argument. If it makes you happy, go with it.
All right.
Do you like to go to parties?
I don't think I've ever been to one.
Oh my god.
I can take you to a party.
Why'd that sound threatening?
I was gonna say.
No, that's sounds great.
I don't know what you're talking about. I can take you to a party.
That right there, that tone of voice.
It's my voice.
No, it's not. It's a specific tone.
It absolutely
I've
is.
never heard you use that tone before.
You haven't known me long enough.
It's fair, but also
I love the poor autistic kid whose entire focus is just on their work, being told, "Hey, you need to have a hobby." Like, what the hell is a hobby?
Right.
I mean, I understand. Like, my hobby is wandering around the city on my hoverboard, stopping people from doing bad things, helping people across the street.
Yeah. Oh,
And
does that
cooking.
count as a hobby? Then that.
Cooking is a hobby.
And cooking, yeah.
No, not the cooking part. I can't cook.
I mean, I don't always fight for work. I also fight for fun, and that's a hobby.
I mean, I don't fight for fun, but
In-
sure.
At the basis level, yeah, I guess.
I mean,
Okay. Well,
I have to have very specific hobbies because, well, he stops and like immediately leans back and looks up, trying to think of how to word a thing. Things always just end up going weird around me.
weird.
Yeah.
Like what?
Have you ever met a person that always ends up forgetting their umbrella when it's going to rain?
Yes.
No.
So, like that, but for everyone around me.
I've never met someone like that, so I don't get it.
But you can imagine it. Imagine that you never have your umbrella when it rains.
But I do. I remember it,
Yeah. But imagine
and
you
I
did.
bring it.
Imagine you remembered it, you put it in the place it's supposed to go, and then when you left, for whatever reason, you didn't grab it. And that day it rained. And it happens every time. Like that, but for everyone around me.
Then it would sound like someone is making me forget, and I would have to find out who that is and stop them from doing so.
Fair.
I haven't noticed that around you.
That's because I don't hang out in one spot for very long.
Are you saying you think you bring bad luck?
I don't think I know.
Oh, sweetie, no. No.
You haven't brought us any bad luck.
Our first mission, we ended up fighting a stone.
I
man.
mean,
Whale just turned to tell her,
That
why the
was-
fuck did you just say that?
I'm trying to be encouraging. Shut up.
what Zin just said. Feel free
That
to
was-
repeat that.
That was the council's bullshit. Okay.
But I was there.
It could have been assigned to any particular group, and it was assigned to us. That sounds like bad luck to me.
Are we sitting around a table?
Yep.
Yeah.
She's gonna kick Naughty under the table.
Ah!
See, it's happening already.
Am I wrong?
I don't
Yes.
Yes.
Why?
know.
Are any of you
Explain why I'm
Okay.
wrong.
are any of you are? This is going to be a silly question. Are any of you particularly sensitive to the spirit world?
Yeah.
No.
A little.
A little bit.
Look at me. And I don't mean look at me with your eyes. I don't know if you want to make a roll, Shawnee.
Yeah, 1 second. I'm just trying to see.
I was gonna say, what are we rolling for this?
Thought we were all just staring us in.
Go ahead and roll me. Roll me perception with the difficulty reduced by whatever level your spirit world connection is.
Fair enough. Fair enough. I have to remember what my spirit was.
Yeah, where is
It's
that?
It'll be
It
your
is
story and the your story tab.
it's one of your
Okay,
one of your
thank
gifts
you.
or burdens. So okay. So perception minus difficulty for your gift.
Yeah.
3.
2s are failures because you're looking at me.
There are no 3. There are no 2s.
Okay, cool.
There we go. I have a difficulty
Yeah.
11. Here we are.
Watched by Tala.
Yes. Absolutely not. I see nothing.
So, Tawasikik, you just really can't see anything. You have a hard
Nope.
time seeing spirit things anyway.
Yep. Mm-mm.
Except in the very specific instance of the ghost that you are particularly surrounded
Yeah.
by.
Uh-huh. I'm not looking that direction.
Naughty with 3 successes.
Yep.
Zin is kind of like a spiritual nexus. There's this constant presence of something going on in the spirit realm. There are like spirits and energy constantly sort of haywire around them. Like they seem to agitate spirits by being present. And it definitely strikes you as the kind of thing that could cause things to go weird in their vicinity.
Oh shit, you're cursed.
And for Tala, with a botch, you try and get a perception of what's going on spiritually around
And get
Zin.
possessed.
And a bird flies out of left view, trying to get at the bowl of food in front of you, and ends up flapping its wings in your face, and you end up distracted by that
Yeah.
as you try and fight a bird for your food.
There you go.
So Zin
That
just,
is the best botch ever.
Zin just points at that bird and goes,
What?
that.
It's not attacking you. Get away. Get your own food.
Oh, no.
No.
It's not cursed.
No. Zin is fully ass cursed. Keep in mind, this is a person who has never sworn the whole time.
I feel like I just lost a bet somehow.
The best way that I've learned to describe it is I'm a conflux or a vessel of conflict. Conflict
makes
just
sense.
sort of happens around me.
Have you
That makes sense.
have you went to a spirit healer?
I point at Naughty. That reaction.
So they don't help.
I mean, the
At
thing that
all.
you get most often is that it's not a thing to
Yeah.
heal.
Right.
Healing implies there's an injury.
Yeah.
It's just
Right.
kind of a facet of your being.
Yeah. It's not a.
It's not even a
It's
probably
not.
not even a good or a bad thing. It's just the way that it is.
It's not a. It's not a thing that can. Healing implies there's an injury. It's not a thing that can be healed. It's a function of my being. It's how I was born. I was
Right.
born a vessel for spirits. Shawnee, is there a spirit like hanging around Tawasikik that I can see?
Oh, absolutely.
Yes.
It's faint. You can't make out any details, but there is always a spirit like over Tawasikik's shoulder.
So yeah, like that one over there, I can just like. Actually, it's more around you than. Anyways, but yeah, that's kind of why I try not to sit still too much, because if I sit still for too long, the conflicting spirits begin to cause conflict, and that birds fly in people's faces, vehicles backfire and malfunction, bandits show up.
What happens when you sleep? She said you don't like sit for too long.
I mean, I try not to sleep in the same place more every night in a row. So sleep in, my room one night, on a rooftop another night, somewhere else another night, then back in my room. So long as I move around, they don't tend to. Things have to be happening for them to cause chaos or conflict. So long as I don't let them sit too long, they can't generate their own, or at least not easily.
Okay, I'm just gonna say it. That sucks. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I mean, it's why I got sent here.
It is what it is.
I like having you here.
Thank you, Tawasiki. But the polite term was, no, I can't think of the polite way to say it. My family got tired of dealing with me. Well, my extended family got tired of dealing with me, so.
So, you left, or?
I was politely
I see.
asked to leave, yeah.
Staying with my family.
Yep.
Okay.
Every third night, I'm staying with your family.
Well, give you another place so that you can add to that list. My family will always house anyone who needs sleep.
Same here.
I appreciate it.
I would totally offer, but I don't have one.
A house or a family?
You stay in the barracks, right?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Why don't you have a family?
Oh, they died.
You can't just ask people that, Tala.
I mean,
right.
No, it's fine. They just died.
All of them?
Uh-huh.
Wait. Was that they just died, or like they just died?
No, it wasn't like yesterday.
Okay. There was a lot of emphasis there, and I just had to check.
When?
The emphasis is on the died, not the just.
Yeah. I have to check and see if I even mentioned that. If I even determined that, because I don't know that I did.
You were relatively young, I feel.
Yeah. A long time ago.
Same.
I mean, okay. Technically, they're not officially dead. They're missing, but they're dead.
You've been missing for long enough, yeah.
Yeah. I don't know the details around it.
From here? Cahokia or?
Uh-huh. I barely remember them.
I'm from Kitawagi. My parents died when I was born.
This is a fantastic lunch
A lot of dead
conversation.
parents here.
I mean,
mine are dead too, but
it's almost like we're PCs in the game or something.
Well,
it wasn't. To be fair, it wasn't just my parents. It was my immediate family.
Entirety. It's my whole family too.
I mean, I've got my siblings still. Well, okay. Technically, My mom and my stepfather died. I don't know who my biological father is.
Could still be out there.
And of note, the biological father is not really a thing that carries significant weight.
Yeah.
In
Birth
culture.
father.
Sperm donor.
That one.
Like if they weren't around to raise you, they are not really considered your father in any significant way that matters.
But yeah. So happy birthday to me when that comes around, which is not today.
When is it?
Spouts a number that's like close to the beginning of the, actually whatever date it would be like it would probably be an equinox. It would probably be the summer equinox, actually.
Okay. What time of year is it? Just curious.
Probably early spring.
Okay. I'll keep that in mind.
If the summer equinox even is a thing that matters in this world, which I don't know if it does.
Seasonal equinoxes are a thing that like literally every culture tracks by the way that the world changes as the year goes round.
It obviously wouldn't be called that, but
that's why I said that instead of a date, because then we give you a date.
Right.
Equinoxes and solstices are things that every culture has some kind of understanding of because they happen all around the world.
Yep.
Actually, would it be the equinox or the solstice?
It would be the summer solstice.
Summer solstice.
Yeah. So it would have been summer solstice. Yeah.
Longest day of the year.
The equinoxes happen in the transitional seasons.
Correct.
Spring and fall.
Yeah.
And the solstices happen in the deep seasons, summer and winter.
Correct.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
The solstices are the longest or shortest days of the year. The equinoxes, as you might imagine, equal amounts of day and night.
Right. So yeah, summer solstice would be the
solstice.
The date. Yeah.
I have lots of family. They're from here.
What's that like?
I mean, it's great so far from my experience.
Good. It's good.
Is it about this point, as the conversation is sort of floundering a bit, you just sort of hear out in the corner, "Hey, watch where you go, and you freak!" And you sort of turn and look, and there is a very large man, with like a braided beard and like pulled back ponytail, seemingly having just been shoved to the side, by a tall, lean-looking figure dressed entirely in a black cloak with a full mirrored mask on their face, who just seems to be walking their way past, as this person is irate at having been bumped into by this strange individual.
I like no matter what world we're in, there are always New Yorkers.
Yeah.
They creep me out.
Do I know who those are? I don't know if I've been in Cahokia long enough to understand who they are.
I mean, if you think there's a possibility, you can roll skullduggery, but otherwise, it means up to you.
Yeah, we'll roll skullduggery and see.
Gonna say, I feel like I'm probably familiar with them. They're a known.
They're a known quantity. Yeah, you might not know much detail.
2 successes.
You at least recognize the Hihan Gaziwag. You might not know a lot about them, but you know.
Yeah. Hey. I feel like I've been.
Yeah.
I'm aware that they're kind of creepy.
Hey, what's up with those people?
It's do you want me to roll to see how much I know, or do I have like a base?
You can you have like a base amount of knowledge. You were raised here.
Okay. They're this weird cult called the Hitanagi. Is that correct?
Hihan Gaziwag.
Yes.
Or the Unshadowed.
The Unshadowed.
Why are they like that?
They're I'm trying to remember what we had discussed in session 0 stuff. It was a while ago and I didn't write this down. Nope, and not at all.
They're a death cult.
Yes, they are a death cult.
Yeah. They
Huh.
go around. Sometimes there's more of them. But they
There's something about them.
They don't tend to interact with most of us. They're doing their own thing.
Shawnee,
They're always dressed like that.
Shawnee, I want to look at look at the spiritual activity around that person and see if it seems odd or off or weird.
Roll me perception with your gift.
3 successes.
With 3 successes, if you are a spiritual torrent, that person is a void. There is practically a emptiness of the spiritual realm around.
Huh. The spirits don't like them. Or
That
No,
makes sense.
don't
they never have.
Not surprised there.
don't get close to them. That's weird.
Do you think they would balance you out?
Honestly, I don't want to know what'll happen if I get too close to one of them,
No,
No,
that's
you don't.
fair. That's fair.
because that seems antithetical forces colliding doesn't typically end well. And if they're like an opposite to me spiritually.
Fair.
Well, I don't have any evidence, but I'm pretty sure there's something very wrong with them.
I mean, yeah, typically the spirits are everywhere. So for there to
Right?
not be is
Plenty of evidence. We've seen them.
It's just wrong.
I wonder how. How do you do that?
Also, I only ever seem to see them when I'm like in a bad mood.
That's called confirmation bias.
I mean,
When you start noticing a pattern.
yeah.
Or
And
it's
then-
just noticing a pattern.
Yeah, whatever.
And of note, it's not like all of the Hihangaziwag that you've ever seen, because you can pick this up as well, Naughty. Not all the Hihangaziwag we've ever seen have that same sort of spiritual void around them.
Right.
But a significant number of them do.
No, yeah, absolutely. That has nothing to do with Nadi's feelings on the matter. And there probably is a significant amount of confirmation bias.
Oh
But
yeah.
Nadi does not recognize that because every time they are in a horrible mood or doubting themselves or anything like that, they seem to just be there.
It's also entirely possible that you're reversing cause and effect.
Very much so, but they don't recognize that.
No. Anyways,
I keep waiting for one of them to do something illegal.
well, yeah. Tell us about your family, other than that your dad doesn't know how to achieve an appropriate work-life balance.
please provide us with some level of this is not me, this is not Naughty, this is me.
Yeah.
Please provide us with some level of positivity to balance all the fuckery that Zen and Naughty just supplied.
Well, I mean, I would say there's not a lot to tell, but
Recognize your privilege.
my mother excels in technology when it comes to vehicles and repairs like that. Though I honestly would like she's fantastic. She's a fantastic gearhead, but her cooking that's where she shines. Dad goes out of his way to make anything and everything he can for anyone and everyone. My sister spends a lot of her time in full dive VR, but she's currently trying to work forward towards pushing VR to something the next step. I don't know. It's a lot. My personal interests have always been cybernetics.
Really?
Yeah, I specialize in sensory implants. I've done a few jobs with the hospitals designing for, different cybernetics that are either completely out there or doing base repairs on models that we've produced. But yeah, I enjoy creating to help.
Very neat.
It's a lot. I'm actually working to develop something. Hopefully it'll pan out.
Like what?
I'm looking to see if I can't figure out how to integrate. I want to get rid of the second eye and go with just being able to switch without having a sensor. Like putting in optical nerve
Integrated alternate.
integration.
Yeah,
Yes, integrated alternate reality.
that's fascinating.
Whether I can pull it off or not, it does mean I'm gonna have to annoy
You
my
can.
sister about a lot of it. I know, I just gotta do it. And she will pull out some mechanical bits and bobs from her bag and start going over, like, if I do this with these parts, then I can make this little electronic eyeball down here see. But I can't get it to register with a normal implant because they're not built the same way. So I can figure out how to make those systems work. It's all very complicated, but it's fascinating.
Shauna keeps making hand motions.
I know. With that, as the group of you sort of pivot the conversation to things that are slightly more upbeat than half the party's dead family. That is where we're going to take our break.
The bar was in hell.
Those of you that are watching live, please stay tuned for these commercial messages. And remember, when we take our break, you take yours. So stand up, stretch your legs, move around, do whatever you need to do. And we'll be back in just a few minutes. And we're back. A dinosaur story.
Dinosaur story.
Welcome back.
You should have ate the last part of that, Mara.
Listen.
So, was there any further important points of that conversation?
We spent some time getting to know each other, and hopefully not so long that my conflict spirits decide to start making things interesting for us.
No, hopefully we didn't. We spend enough time that they do.
Oh boy.
I mean, they've
I'm
already
just trying to get Waya to keep talking about her project. That seems good.
She and I'm not going to, but she will talk until she is stopped.
Excellent. Perfect. I'm not stopping you.
No notes.
So a couple of hours pass, and Tala, you get a notification on your Nisa that Councilwoman Arania is ready for a meeting with you at the council building at your earliest convenience.
Okay. She's ready for a meeting with us.
All right. Let's
If
out.
everybody's good.
Yep, absolutely.
Kick down the hoverboard and go.
And every chance he gets, just sunglasses skateboard into the distance.
Exactly, yeah. You have to be a certain level of cool so the spirits get confused and they can't do bad things.
Because they can't curse someone who's cool.
It's like we're trying our
Stop
best to curse him.
sunglasses.
Why is he doing what's going on?
There's a flash and it just sort of dispels some ghosts that were sort of ghostly, like incorporeal.
He's just getting ready to bother somebody and then just skate past and they dissipate.
I just have peak millennial humor in my head of like, hey, my life is a fucking wreck. Puts on sunglasses, backflips through the air, sits on skateboard, skates away.
I just keep.
Zen.
I cannot. I can't not think of Zen now as Poochie from The Simpsons.
Anytime Poochie isn't on screen, people should be asking, where's Poochie? Poochie should be loud and in your face and have access to a time machine.
Not necessarily in that respect, just as the I'm cool. So
So wait, if I'm Poochie, who's the cat?
No, Scratchy, or is
Scratchy.
it Itchy? Okay, Scratchy.
Itchy and Scratchy are totally different from Poochie. I know that they have appeared. I know they're part of the same thing, but there's Itchy and Scratchy, and then there's Poochie. You cannot convince me otherwise.
Don't know any of these characters. Carry on.
But you all make your way to the council chambers. And as you make your way up those steps to the receiving chamber, which is, again, there's these like series of short but broad steps as you sort of step up and enter into the receiving chamber. The rest of the council is not present, so the entire like broad curved table that houses the majority of the council is empty, except for Arania, that sort of gray-haired counselor that has that sort of dark skin and piercing gaze. As the group of you enter. Welcome back.
Boy, it just under her breath. This is way more intimidating than I thought it would be.
It is good to see you again, Coliso.
Counselor.
Thank you for seeing us.
I understand that two of my fellow council members' families are causing some problems that have come to your attention.
We've recently received information regarding a potentially violent altercation that could come to a head regarding an item that one of the families is trying to retrieve from the other. We don't know what the item is, but we do know that if we don't do something about the situation, violence is an inevitability, and that could spell danger for the citizens of Cahokia.
This is unsurprising. And you say that two of these two families are related to council members Wakuni and Maka?
Yeah, it's the Nisut family and the Muno. Mono?
Mana.
Mana.
Mana and Nisat.
The Nisat and the Mana families.
Ever reclusive and haughty groups. I can't say I'm surprised. Wakuni and Maka have been even more energetic than usual in council meetings. I wouldn't be surprised if they were aware of the goings-on of the lesser families within their tribes.
That's why we wanted to speak with someone that wasn't them very specifically.
This was wise. I congratulate you on your initiative, both in this and your previous mission. The Council sometimes needs to be reminded that just because we make laws doesn't mean we're above them.
Can I insight check that? I'm curious about this. She's giving us praise for a thing we were previously reprimanded about.
Go ahead and roll perception.
This is new information. I'm curious.
And I rolled that as well.
I would also like to.
I'll also roll that. Give me just a sec. Perception.
Yay.
I cannot read
her. Zin, no clue. Tala,
I think I walked into the wall.
You have you're struggling to even understand where this conversation is going right now.
Okay.
Kawasaki Nadi and Woya. She seems genuine. She is speaking to you with the air of confidence of someone who is sharing a secret. And has this sort of conspiratorial air to her as she talks to the group of you.
Which would explain why we weren't warned about that aspect of the mission beforehand. Our hope is that if we can identify the item in question, we can determine what the best steps forward would be as far as neutralizing the situation. But we're not certain. While we could approach subtly and stealthily, we figured that possibly there'd be a way to get this information through official channels first.
While it is possible that I might be able to gather information regarding this secret, if either counselor finds out that I am investigating on official channels anything relating to this, and they are aware of it, it will likely raise red flags, and they will begin to panic at someone investigating their dealings. So I will instead provide you the next best thing. I am acting on my authority as a member of the council to officially grant your Coliso the mission to investigate this dealing, meaning you have the official remit and authority to perform any actions necessary in the investigation of this task.
Get Maddie to see if that is going to cover the. I need an official warrant and like the whole
Oh, yeah.
check all the guidelines.
That is the warrant.
Yes, Nadia has officially gone from like the moments of yes, council members are going to try and be selfish and protect their own and blah blah blah, of being like to like sitting up straight and like yes.
No. Excellent. Okay.
And we will endeavor to undergo the investigation with all the means and abilities that we have at our hand.
Absolutely.
Try not to let on that you've been granted this mission until you are ready to complete your task. Letting the council know that you are on an active mission with this investigation would likely trace back to Wakuni or Maka and give away the game, as it were.
So don't shout.
We do this quietly.
You know. No, to Naughty. So don't shout, halt. My official
you've got to stop doing
order.
that.
Act quietly and quickly, but do so with the council's authority.
Okay. There's a difference between when we are about to like engage with someone or arrest or the like, at the point that you would shout halt, and doing an investigation. I am well trained in investigative technique.
All right.
We thank you for your time, Councilwoman.
Appreciate you bringing this to me. I suspect this will result in significant leverage that I might be able to use to get Wakuni and Maka to rein in their rivalry.
I will give whatever the Siada equivalent of a salute is.
Yeah.
We'll
call it a salute for ease of translation.
Yes. And turn towards the door. Head that way, unless anyone stops me.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Once we're out, look over at Tawasikik. Stealth it is.
Yay.
Do we know the location of it's the Mana family is the one that is hiding the item, right?
Yeah.
Do we know the location of where they're storing it? Was that information that we were given?
No, but if you find out which place it's the Nisat family, I believe.
Nissan. Right.
Yes. Yeah.
Let's find where they've got where some eels are hiding out near their property or near their territory.
Yeah, if you find which building, if you find where they have any kind of storage buildings, it'll probably be the one that has eels around it.
Yep. All right, so let's head to which district is the store? Is like the warehouse district? Is it the docks?
Yeah, most like industrial storage would be somewhere around like either Nabanamo or Chizit.
Yeah, like sort of like the canal between Chiza and Nabano.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, let's head to the canal and start scoping the place.
All right.
Right.
Although, of course, if it's somewhere where they store like things that are relevant to their family, it might be around wherever, the family's residences are. So
yeah, but if it's illegal, if it's something that they're doing illegally, my inclination, Zen's inclination at least, is that they probably don't want it next to their house. Because all of a sudden having a bunch of
Let's
mercenaries wandering around your home would be suspicious. But a bunch of mercenaries
also,
wandering around a warehouse is less suspicious.
yeah. Also, if we go to their house first and we're spotted, that's definitely gonna alert them real fast.
Yeah.
Versus just in a warehouse.
Actually, Tawasiki, signing to Tawasiki.
Sure.
Do you want to see if there's any more information that our new acquaintance can provide? As far as locations?
Yeah. I'll on the Isa ask. We have official permission to investigate now. So we were gonna go check out the warehouse to see where it's being guarded, scope the place out, etc. Do you know if that's where it is, or are there guards elsewhere by the family house or something?
You hear back shortly from Akwani. I've been doing some digging in that regard, and I haven't found exactly where they're storing whatever the thing is, but I have found the link in the chain right before it.
Mm-hmm.
There's an eel liaison who makes their residence around the docks, specifically in Chizi, and they have friends in both of the eel gangs that are associated in this job, and they're normally a go-between and a organizer among the Dasso for the eels. They don't typically handle jobs directly, but they might be able to tell you more about what's going on between those two gangs and where they might be stationed at if you can convince them to part with that information. They don't give that kind of stuff up easily, but they're a friend of both groups, so you might be able to lean on that.
Thanks. That's helpful. So relay that to the rest of the group.
They'll drop a pin of like roughly where you might be able to find.
Yeah. They don't know for sure where, but there is a friend of both of the gangs hired by the families who lives near the warehouses. Suggested we go ask.
A friend of both Eels groups?
Yeah. So
well, the Eels groups aren't inherently at odds. It's that they are being pitted at each other.
Right. Okay. Yeah. No, that's fair. That's fair.
By the families.
Have their honor.
All right.
Maintain in like upholding a contract.
All right. So
talking first again.
Just so we have let's spread ourselves around so we're not all in one group and people aren't watching a Kaliso wander the city. Nadi, could you connect Nadi, could you connect us please?
Everybody okay with that?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Warrior, do you have a drone? Like a camera drone?
I don't, but with a couple of asks to my parents, I could probably end up with one.
So 3, I'm gonna need to spend some spirit on this. There's 4. Oh, never mind. I just need to spend 1. Or one mine. Cool. We're connected.
So Tawasiki and Tala, if the two of you go meet with this contact and talk to them about what they know, if Woya can get a drone, Nadi, Woya, and I can start actively looking around for concentrations of eels in Chiza and Nabano while you guys talk to this contact. And then if you get any additional information to refine our search, we can coordinate to meet up wherever that is.
Why am I going with Tala? No offense. It's just I'm
because you are our contact with you are the person that got what's her name? What with it starts with A?
Aquani.
Aquani, yeah. You are our Aquani contact, which means that you are the person that this other person is going to be looking for.
Actually, I didn't need to spend that mine because I forgot. We're all friends, so it's -3.
I mean, I could tell Aquani to tell this person that other like Nadi, for example, could go with. Nadi's great at talking.
I am not going to be much use because I need to focus on this.
Yeah, Nadi has. Are you able to investigate? Are you able to mechanically? Are you able to use your investigate skill and focus on that at the same time, or no?
As long as it only requires a secondary action.
Yeah. So like Nadi's skills.
I just can't. I have to use my primary action every turn.
Yeah.
To keep it maintained.
Nadi's skills are going to be better put to use looking for signs of eel activity than trying to convince someone to give us information.
If you want to go with that group, maybe Woya could come with me.
Woya has to get a drone.
Woya's drone piloting is going to be necessary for scouting from the air.
I guess you're stuck with me.
We don't want to use your Sunwing because that'll be a bit obvious. And and just in case this person ends up in the middle of a situation, I'd like to have at least 2 of us that are combat capable over there.
All right.
And I don't want to go, and just in case my spirits decide now is a great time to act up around a person that could potentially have good information.
All right, fine.
Don't sound too enthusiastic.
I'm just signing to Tawasiki. You
didn't.
When it comes to actually infiltrating, that's where you and I go in.
Yeah, and you're gonna go and do that without me.
No, I'm not going in by myself. We're finding first.
So there's a slight distinction that is very relevant for your Raven's Call. It's not that you have to use your primary action to maintain it. It's that you can maintain it as long as you don't take a primary action, which basically means that as long as you don't enter an encounter and do something major, you can pretty much do whatever.
Okay, fair.
Yeah.
That is absolutely fair.
Your skills are still better put to use investigating than questioning, though.
Yeah.
Yes, because no, I am not the questioning person unless it's an interrogation.
I don't know if Nadi should be going off alone with Tala.
And to be fair, there are encounters that are not combat. There are social encounters. And an interrogation would be considered a social encounter.
Absolutely, 100%.
All right. Woya, when you have, if you can get access to a drone, we'll let you know. Nadi and I will let you know where we are so you can cover other regions.
I will do my best, and I will report in regardless of the end result.
Yep, and if you can't get one, we'll figure out what to do from there.
Mm-hmm. I think my sister may actually have one. I don't know. I'll figure it out.
Split the party. We go.
Out of character, what exactly are we supposed to be asking this contact?
we're supposed to be asking, hey, you know how these two groups that you know, they're going to be in trouble, and we would like to help them not be in trouble by maybe, well, the argument for what we do kind of depends on you, but like basically ask if this person can let us know where the object is being stored.
Okay.
Because they probably know, because they have friends in both of the gangs involved.
Yeah, this
Gotcha.
is the person that's
Yeah.
going to be able to tell us where the Nisut family are keeping the object, the MacGuffin in question.
Yep. They generally help organize like people getting jobs, and they may or may not know that, you know, this job that both the jobs that these two groups have gotten assigned to are going to put them right at odds with each other to deadly effect.
So, with that in mind, we will start with the pair of you. As you make your way over to the docks, roughly 0.8 on the map. If you look at the top right corner of the Chizi section of the map, around the section marked as 8. And you sort of making your way around. I would like either or both of you to go ahead and give me investigation or tracking.
I've got urban tracking. Does that count for this?
That works. That is definitely urban tracking.
Excellent. I'm going to roll that. Three successes. Hey, look at us.
All right. So between the two of you, you eventually managed to locate the individual that had been singled out to you by Akwani. You sort of make your way around and find the individual in question. They are sort of operating like on they sort of are sat down on a street corner with Nisa in front of them, just sort of like running through several different data files in their arm. And the tell that gives them away is the masks they're wearing. They have this like face concealing mask that also has like AR augmentations on it that sort of like projects a slight holographic image over the front of it that creates the visage of a raccoon. That sort of like conceals their face underneath that like multicolored bandit mask that is a raccoon's face. And as you approach, they sort of look up. Akwani told me to expect you. I understand you're looking for information.
Yes. I'm Tala. This is seeing if she's going to introduce herself or.
That was seeking.
My name isn't important. Most folks call me Raccoon.
Should come up with cool code names over the mental like. We need to come up with cool code names.
I'll get on that.
Just to everyone.
Yeah.
Surprised this hasn't been brought up sooner, honestly.
I mean, Tala has a few mental ones for Naughty, but none that really
They're not
it should be.
You don't want to give it polite company.
Yes. Any information that you can give us regarding this conflict? We are trying to.
Going to have to give me details. I
Yes.
was only told that you were coming.
Sorry. The conflict between the. I pull them up again.
The two groups of eels, honestly.
The
What? Hold on, no, that was the council members. What were the groups?
The Mana family and the Miset.
Thank you.
That have hired eels. Yeah. How do you protect
Well, the two contracts that they've gotten are going to put them right at odds with each other, head on.
that? You're telling me.
Mm.
I fielded both of those, but they weren't clear what exactly was going on at the onset. It wasn't until after both of them had accepted that I realized that they would be put at odds.
Yes. And we are not putting any blame on you or anyone. We are just trying to find the best way to resolve this conflict and quickly before it gets dangerous.
In a way that keeps both of their honor in upholding their work.
No offense, but it's not exactly good for the reputation for a broker of information and assignments with the eels to be giving information about jobs to Suyata.
I completely understand. But as we stated, this is something that, if not dealt with quickly, could get very dangerous and could involve more people than necessary.
All right, roll me charm. Your target number is going to be 7.
Okay.
Nope.
Nope.
9.
But that was 6.
It's fine. It's still 4.
Right about this time, you just hear over the link pamphlet.
Pamphlet?
Pamphlet? What?
Is
Small and full of useful information.
Is that supposed to be my
you?
code
Yeah.
name?
Naughty's code name.
Oh, is that your okay, fine, sure.
That kind of suits you.
'Tis in. Naughty was very clearly thinking about this hard that whole time.
Yes.
Like
Excellent.
categorically going through options, like discarding them. Like you could see this on their face.
Do you want me to re-roll that?
I give Naughty a big
No,
thumbs
you got
up.
it. It's just 4 successes instead of
Okay,
6.
gotcha. Okay.
Because all you lost is a pair of 7s.
Okay.
The individual sort of nods. All right, but I can't give you too many details. What are you looking to find out?
Any details you can give us, we would greatly appreciate.
Location.
Yes.
And possibly what the object of interest is. This is over the mental link, not out loud.
Okay, gotcha. Yes, location and object of interest, if possible.
I don't think I can do that second one. I don't think, well, they didn't exactly give me any information on what they wanted to protect. They just want eels to protect it. But I can probably guide you to where they're going. The eels were scheduled to a neutral meeting point where they were supposed to be given their assignment. When you get to big families like this, they don't like people knowing exactly where they're to be assigned because it gives away the businesses they've got control over. But the location, they're never that careful. And I can tell you that the place that they were looking to hide things in was off the river in Papanshin. I don't know where exactly. Probably not going to be on any maps. Might even be underground. But the meeting point was in Papanshin along one of the bridges, which means that where they were going to be looking to have them stationed would have been nearby.
What is the spelling on that?
Papanshin.
Got it in one.
Awesome.
And as far as like that area that they're talking about, am I familiar with it? Do we know where that
Papanshin's
is?
mostly farmland. It's like
Okay.
it's
Is it it's on the near where we are, outskirts, kind of like
it's like
general?
it is south of where you are right
Okay.
now. It is like the southwestern end of Cahokia. It's on the western shore of the Mizizibi.
If you look at the map, it's all the way to the left.
Okay.
Because remember, this map is oriented north is to the right.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, I see it. Oh, there.
Whatever it is, it was important enough they want it hidden in some out of the way storage facility, which means it's not going to be publicly marked, and it's probably going to be at least moderately well hidden.
All right. Thank you for your assistance.
You didn't hear any of this from me.
Of course not.
Good luck. I'd like to not see any of these folk dead.
That is the goal.
And he sort of looks back to his niece and gets back to work, sort of seemingly having dismissed you from his attention at this point.
Let's go.
And she'll sign to you. See, we make a good team.
You did most of the talking.
So is it that you hate me or you were just uncomfortable coming with me?
I just want.
I'm okay either way. I just need honesty.
I don't hate you. You seem cool. I just wanted to go be doing the part where, infiltrating buildings and the exciting bits. No offense.
I think you'll still get a chance to do that.
Yeah. Yeah. Let's let them know.
Yes.
Over the mental link. It's in Papanshin. They had a meeting on a bridge, and they are probably being stationed nearby to guard whatever it is. We did not get information about what the object is, but it's maybe underground, definitely hidden.
All right.
Gonna take some skill to find it.
Let's meet up. There are some They look like cargo docks, maybe. There are some docks at the along the canal in Naikungi, south of on the south side of Naikungi. Let's meet there.
I have a quick question, storyteller. Because I've done like some kind of like errands for people of like flying over farms when people need assistance and don't have their own Sunwing to do that. I'm thinking of grabbing my Sunwing and basically using that as a pretext for like flying over the area and taking a look from the air so that we don't have a lot of people on the ground wandering by. Would
that's viable. It
Okay.
may or may not be effective at actually finding anything,
Yeah.
considering the height you need to be in. If it's underground, you might be hard to spot.
Okay, I wasn't sure. I'll told that to the rest of the group though. I could grab my Sunwing. I need someone else as a co-pilot, or I could ask at the club.
I mean,
I don't know. It may not be visible from the air.
Is that a function Tala can fill, or do you need someone that specifically knows what they're doing?
I've never been on one of those before. I have no clue what to do.
You'd probably be good. I've explained basics to people before, taught.
Okay.
You have any skill at computers?
Because
that's most of the task of those co-pilot.
Oh, for Tala.
I have a rank in computers.
Okay. Yeah. You'd basically just be keeping an eye on things and serving as ballast. It's not balanced without a second person.
I mean, I will try.
Yeah, if you want to do a flyby, we can. If you do a flyby and see if you can spot anything, and that'll help us narrow search on ground.
Yeah. For sure. I'll head over to pick it up and then let you know what we see.
Now we see if Woya got a drone.
I say. So while the group of you are conversely either heading down to the docks of Nahikongi or going to get a Sunwing, Woya, what are you up to?
She's she's going to message her mother and see who's at home currently.
You'll get back that your father is out replacing parts for people, but your sister's at home, and so am I.
She will let them know that she'll be there in as long as it takes to get there. And we'll head that way.
Yeah, you make your way down there.
She'll just let herself in. I'm home.
Welcome back.
Hey, I had a question. Any possible way that, I don't know, I mean, between Dad and you and me and Grandma, is there, and Nizina, of course, is there any way that I could get my hands on a drone for the afternoon?
Are you just looking to borrow one?
Yeah. Well, I mean, yeah, I'll insert my own data pads and everything, but yeah.
Nizina has a spare. She could probably loan you.
I will definitely ask. She will head towards her sister's room.
Make sure you grab a second eye rig.
Got it.
There is no way that thing is making it back in one piece.
No, it's fine. Naughty's
It could be.
Neither
It could
Naughty
be
nor
fine.
Zen are flying in it, so it'll be fine.
No, because it's being borrowed from a sibling. There is no way.
No, that thing's
That it
coming
is
back in
making it
pieces.
back in one piece.
I'm gonna
He'll
hand
be
her like
lucky if
the eye
it's in less
stalk.
than like 12.
I'm just gonna hand her like the propeller and be like, "Here you
Yep.
go. This is what was left. You can probably fix it." Uh,
This
yeah,
is fine, right?
she'll go and knock on her sister's door.
There's like a slight commotion, and then, yeah, come in.
She'll step inside. I'm sorry, did I interrupt a dive?
No. What's up?
I was wondering if possibly I could borrow a drone for the afternoon.
Yeah. Which one? Red Hawk hasn't seen too much in a while. You can probably grab that one. She says, she sort of points, and there is like a crimson like hawk shaped drone, sort of hanging up on the wall.
And is the other one a little less conspicuous?
I mean, she sort of points. All of her drones are very colorful.
Uh,
At least this one's shaped like a bird. So
you know what? That's fair. I will take the bird drone. It's fine because in this universe the government didn't replace the birds like it did in ours.
So that is legitimately, by the way, the weirdest of all conspiracy theories.
the government replaced the birds with tiny robots.
Yes.
Yeah.
And it's a whole fucking rabbit hole. Like,
It's why we were in lockdown, so they could change all the batteries in the birds.
no, trust me, you do not want to go down that road. I had somebody who does not subscribe to the conspiracy, but heard about all about it, explain it to me at one point, and it's the dumbest shit. In like, it's so dumb.
I'm currently going down this rabbit hole.
Oh no!
You're welcome.
I have to.
Holly's gone. It's too late.
The dumbest shit ever.
That's a sign that says pigeons are liars.
That is an insult to the valiant pigeons who gave their lives
Yeah.
during the First World War.
I love that that was your immediate reaction. Yeah, no, birds aren't real. Not anymore.
No. Oh.
If they ever were.
But yeah, I'll borrow the drone. She will take it to her room and switch out any like memory cards or anything that she would need for that.
Actually, grab the paired control rig. She says as she points to the second eye that is linked to it.
Yes. Mom told me that like 5 minutes ago, but brain's moving too fast.
You grab that and go along and replace any specific recording equipment that you need and like memory storage.
And yeah, she'll take it outside and she wants to do a little test run first and then take it to a different location to start scouting.
So the instant you turn this drone on, and with the second eye on your head, you are immediately bombarded by a host of like aesthetic modifications and UI interfaces that have been custom built for this drone by your sister, and it is a cacophony as you are like the startup noise is an eagle's cry. There's the like flashing lights and extra HUD interfaces to keep track of every small detail about the drone's operations. It is the most like incomprehensibly modded control scheme that you've ever seen.
I bet if I saw the programming for this, I would have an aneurysm. Fuck. Okay. Yeah, she's gonna spend like an hour trying to get adjusted to that.
Your sister is a nerd who values aesthetic over function.
I blend the two. But yeah, then wherever she decided she was, or we decided she was going to be doing scouting with that.
Yeah. It takes you a minute to try and like piloting this thing is genuinely difficult for you because of the weird way this interface is set up. But you eventually sort of get a handle on it.
Like it's inverted, but how the fuck did you build left hand controls into something that doesn't require hand? Fuck this. Just powering through it and bitching the entire time.
So the other two of you who have not currently had a lot of spotlight, Zin and Nadi.
We were at one place, now we're going another place.
Yep. What are you talking about? We got to reveal lots of backstory fun.
Yeah, actually, I think what we should do, as we're heading south from Chiza, we should really cut through Papashin on our way. Just see if there's anything that stands out as we're heading south.
Okay.
Because if we exit Chiza from here and go this way,
I will note there is not a bridge across the river from Chiza to Papanshin.
I have a hoverboard.
To carry two people?
I mean, it can. How are you propelling yourself across the river?
It has controls. I don't know.
Like, if you can figure out how to get across the river with it, it will absolutely carry your weight. It's just a matter of how are you crossing physically.
It's a big river.
I will actually, yeah. I'll use the flat of my spear tip as a paddle.
You're gonna try and oar your way across with a spear that does not have a whole lot of surface area.
No, oh god.
Actually, which does the river flow south? Does the river flow south or north?
We're in the north. We're in the northern hemisphere.
South.
And this is in the middle. It's gonna flow south.
It flows south.
So in that case, actually, all we need to do is hit the water hit the river here and let the current take us.
That's assuming that your board is sitting in the water rather than hovering above it.
I've always assumed that that hover technology, like if the ground beneath you is moving, the thing that you're hovering on will move too. That might be incorrect, but
it depends. In the case of water, that's a difficult thing to do.
That's fair.
Like, it can try and keep a stationary orbit of like a solid surface that's moving under you, but as it comes to a liquid surface, it has to either distinguish individual water particles to try and keep stationary orbit over, or just ignore that and just try and hover over surface.
Can we just hop a Yutsu barge across?
What was that?
Can we just hop a Yutsu barge across?
I mean, possibly.
We're in Chiza. There are Yutsu barges.
Yeah, you can probably hop a barge across the river. I just wanted to see what your plan was for crossing.
Fair. Yeah, just flag someone down and say, "Hey, can you get us across?"
Yeah, easy enough. Especially like you are wearing Suyata uniforms. They're like, "Oh yeah, sure, you get across the river. Easy enough. Let's go." Cross the cross the river, drop you off on the other bank.
And then I guess investigation checks as we head south.
Sure, good. Both of you.
Could I use tracking for mine? Because I'm trying to track specifically, looking for evidence of mercenaries maneuvering around at steady patrol routes. Because if they're guarding a place, we're looking for steady patrol routes.
Sheesh.
9 successes and a critical success.
Good, because I got 1 with my 9 dice.
And I ignore one of those ones, although I don't know if they matter because they're in the critical pool.
They don't matter in the critical pool.
Okay. Rolled 12, 11, 12, 12, and then another 12.
So with a critical success, with 9 successes from Zin, there's not a lot on your way to the southern end of Papanshin, as you probably expected based on where the meeting was supposed to be.
Yeah.
We got all the answers and also the secret. We officially won the game.
9 successes off of 5 dice.
Yep. So there's not a lot like along the way, but once you get to like the main section of Papanshin around the bridges, as you sort of like find the point where you're supposed to meet up with the rest of your party, like around here-ish.
Yeah.
Around like that's your proposed meeting point.
Sorry, where?
But it's what, alt click to
Oh, okay, up there.
Control click.
Shift click.
Shift click, that's it. Yeah, drag
Shift
cameras.
click reorients it.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. You're not certain that it is signs of the eels. However, there is a section of like large green overgrowth that just has like sort of walking paths between it. And there is sign of more recent and larger volume activity that is like just north of the lake, north of your meeting point in Papanshin, so somewhere over here as you're sort of passing by.
West.
Sorry, west. Yes, just north, just west.
So up here.
Yeah, just west of the lake, west of your meeting point.
When I noticed that as we're heading out over the mental link, Tawasiek, when you and Tala do a flyby, try to focus in on there's a forested area, or probably mound actually.
So you're saying it's a grassy knoll?
There's some grassy knolls west of insert lake name.
Based on the like the layout here and the fact these aren't like paved roads, they're largely dirt and like grass areas, especially the mounds.
Yeah.
I'm assuming the thick green areas are actual forest.
Yeah, because the mounds are the lighter green area. Yeah, there's a forested area with cut through paths west of insert lake name here. Try to focus in on that when you get by. It looks like there might be people patrolling there regularly.
Copy that. Yeah. Keep an eye out for it.
And when Woya gets up here, we'll send the drone there first.
The group of you eventually meet up at that site. Zin, Nadi, and Woya.
Mm-hmm.
Woya seems to be fussing with the AR headset of the drone that she's carrying under her arm as she walks.
You okay?
My sister doesn't understand simplicity sometimes, and she will just sort of do that thing where you activate a drone by just tossing it in the air, and you'll see the lights on the second I click on, and she just sort of
When
I like the idea that between everything, because of the overly complicated UI, you think you turned it on, but you throw it and it just goes slant hard on the ground.
That happened once already. It's dinged.
well, when you've got your brain around it, take it west of insert lake name here.
He will navigate it out that way.
This thing is like a commercial, it's like a civilian drone. It's not meant for like long distance scouting operations, so you are gonna have to be like at least like on a map scale, not like on a personal scale, not that close, but on a map scale, relatively close to where
like,
you are.
Closer to the lake, then.
Yeah, you like
Could we
for
be in
where
these-
you want to be. You probably want to be like on the lake, like on the lake edge.
Okay, yeah, then we'll head that way.
Yep.
Yeah. Hoya just grabs on to someone's arm because she's trying to fly the thing at the same time.
Right. Probably best Zins because I'm probably still. I figure I'm usually distracted anyways, but a little overly so because mind link.
Yeah.
That's fair.
You grab my arm and we just walk directly into the river.
Just right into it.
I just put you. I just put you on the Yutsu sled because it'll just follow me.
I mean,
That works.
That's its intended purpose, anyways.
Yeah.
cool. Yep.
So you sit on that and operate the drone while the other two walk. Meanwhile, Kawasikik and Tala.
What?
I didn't like the tone of that. Meanwhile,
Going to the Firefly Club.
Way over there.
This is like a community club that will loan Sunwings out to people and do like lessons and stuff. If your siblings ever wanted to try, it's open to anyone.
Okay, good to know.
I've been back there in the daylight since so I'm just gonna try and get in kind of quietly. It's been a little while since I've volunteered there,
Okay.
but
You make your way inside.
Yep.
The unfortunate thing about trying to go in quietly is that the door makes a chime sound as you enter to signal that someone is coming into the club.
Yep.
And the person who is manning the desk today, who we will say is Shahi name generator, Tahan, sort of looks up and waves. Oh, hey, Tawasikik. Welcome
Hey.
back. It's been a while. I haven't seen you around.
Yeah, it's been a little bit. I'm just here need to take my Sunwing out. Go for a spin.
Oh, yeah.
Bring it back.
Still in the hangar. Looks like someone took it out for a spin recently because it looks like it's been cleaned up recently.
Oh, that's nice. Say nothing about that. Yeah, I'll make sure nothing got messed with. Good to know. Thanks.
Well, have a good trip.
Cheers.
Dahan does not seem like the most insightful individuals and doesn't seem to have put together any particular reason why The Sunwing has not been touched in a long time.
Good, excellent. I don't want to have to explain this. I don't want to talk about it. Heading back into the hangar where it is stored. Try keeping my head down. Hopefully it's, I don't know if busier would be better or not, but I'm trying not to make conversation with people. Tala can probably pick up on this, I'm guessing.
I feel like she has. She's moving quickly with you. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, so you do your best to not draw any attention.
Yep.
And make your way to your hangar and find your Sunwing exactly as you left it, like the previous night. or 2 nights ago, whichever.
If we're gonna do more stealth missions, I need to change the racing colors, but this will do. So basic flight. And she'll start launching into the same spiel that she gave Aquani last night. Less flirting involved, but you know, the same basic one.
Yeah.
Less flirting or no flirting?
No flirting, I think, actually. It's probably more accurate.
I wasn't sure. I just want to leave the option there.
Just not feeling that right now. But yeah, we'll kind of give you the rundown on how to operate.
Yeah, you walk Tala through the operations of the co-pilot, which again is primarily to like run the map and like general computer software to keep an eye on the environment and plot paths. And there is a section for controls to take over if the pilot is incapacitated, but that's usually not necessary unless the pilot gets injured or something.
Yep.
Or has to jump out for one reason or another.
Don't jump out.
I'm not going to.
Tala will plunge to her death.
All right. Go ahead and give me a piloting check.
All right. Is this the check to teach Tala?
No, this is just to just seeing like how effectively you can fly this thing close enough to the ground to try and actually look at things.
Okay. All right. I'm gonna still give myself the 3 difficulty because she's still not used to it, and it's a thing. Piloting air vehicles, success 3. 5 successes.
Nice. That's wow. So with 5 successes, you get this thing moving, and like there's your trepidation, but your instincts are on point as you sort of pull this thing up, easily bank it around, and start moving it west again. And very shortly you are like running like aerial circles over like the majority of Papanshin, trying not to look like you're looking for a specific thing. But like your circles are like arcing as easily, like the longest sections of the arcs where you got the best long-term view of the ground are over the section that you're trying to spy on. Which might be slightly disconcerting for Tala because at those points you are tilted to the point that the ground is to your right, rather than below you.
How far off the ground are we?
Probably like 60, 70 feet at like trying to keep as safe a height as possible while still being like close enough to see the ground.
I have a slight fear of heights.
Okay.
So like
excellent.
She's a little nervous.
Okay. Interesting.
I would like the 2 pilots and the drone pilot to all roll me perception.
Please crash.
Wow.
Excuse me, look at my piloting. I have not crashed.
Not lethally. I don't want anybody to die, but I think it'd be really funny if the drone crashed into it.
Okay, this is gonna be great. And River.
2 successes.
All right, so Tala, you're a little bit busy trying not to panic.
Mm-hmm.
And Tawasika, you're getting like a general view, but it's not the best because again, you're moving at a high speeds in the air at a pretty good distance.
Yep.
But you manage to like, there's a section of forest where the trees are not growing quite right. They seem like they're like shifting at odd angles, where they seem like they've sort of grown up around something artificial and tried to keep making the positions that they need to be at. And you sort of like hone in on that and indicate to Woya, and Woya's drone sort of flies a low-hanging arc around that, and you can see like there's the briefest glint of something metallic underneath the boughs that you can just barely see between the trees. And with that spotted, that's where we're going to end for the week.
Woo!
Say goodbye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.
Goodbye, everybody.